Hello, and welcome to the UW Oshkosh Counseling Center Flourish Workshop. As a reminder, we define flourishing as feeling good and functioning well. Today's session focuses on flourishing through being a lifelong learner. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Next, we will watch a video on the joy of learning.
There are few things that can change your life like learning something new. Learning is a joyous and powerful thing, as it's all about feeding your curiosity and giving you insight into the world around you. When I was in middle school, we were taught astronomy only long enough to learn that the solar system existed. However, I needed to know more. I sought out whatever I could find on the planets, stars, the Voyager probes, and the universe itself. By learning for its own sake, I discovered a great deal of enjoyment and knowledge. Learning is a crucial part of growing professionally and personally, as it can help you indulge your curiosity, develop a new job skill, come to an educated decision, or even alleviate a fear. But most of all, learning can change you for the better. As I became an adult, the things I learned about astronomy influenced my worldview. And that knowledge made me reconsider the nature of our planet and my role on it. I never would have seen the universe this way if I hadn't listened to my curiosity and explored something new. There are plenty of benefits to learning, but what if you hesitate at the thought of going through the learning process? You may have had an unhelpful teacher, difficulty in school, or other unpleasant memories. Well, you are not alone. In college, I wanted to study a subject I knew nothing about, so I took an Italian language class. But whenever I got too many homework questions wrong, my teacher would shame me during class. I grew to loathe going to that class, and over the semester my grades suffered and my interest in Italian vanished. Essentially, a bad teacher got between me and the joy of learning. Whatever you do in life, don't let anyone or anything disrupt your pursuit of knowledge. Yes, this is easier said than done, but the benefits of learning and exploring new ideas are too important to lose. Now, once you're curious about a new subject or skill, you'll want to explore it. Luckily, you have the world at your fingertips right now, thanks to the internet and its near limitless selection of websites, podcasts, ebooks, and more. This incredible amount of knowledge can feed your curiosity quickly, so don't be afraid to tap into it. First-hand experience is the best way to learn a new skill, and you can use online resources to guide you. If you want to play piano, find a practice website. Do you want to learn how to jog properly? Study some exercise videos. Or, if you like learning alongside others, try joining a group dedicated to your subject. You'll probably make some mistakes as you learn and practice, but you'll gain experience too. Whatever you're interested in, explore it as soon as you can, because the joy of learning can change the way you see the world.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
In reflecting upon the video, one of the key takeaways is capturing your curiosity and love for learning. One way to do this is to start to think of the possibilities open to you to learn. Right now, you might be learning in classes, which can be a joyful experience for some, but there are also many other opportunities to learn outside of the classroom. The possibilities are truly unlimited. Here is a short list to get you started in thinking of ideas or areas where you can learn. Podcasts. There are many podcasts available online, on Amazon, or other various platforms. One of them that the UW Oshkosh Counseling Center offers is a podcast app called Anchor. It is free for anyone to download, and if you just look up UWO Counseling Center, you will find a various range of different topics. So most of them focus on mindfulness, meditation, general health, and self-care. You may want to listen to a podcast in an area that already interests you, or branch out to a new area of learning. Other learning ideas include online classes, community classes, art classes, dance and exercise classes. Can you think of any other ideas? Now, I encourage you to take a moment to pause and consider 1 to 2 areas you would like to learn about at some point in your life. It might not be right now, but thinking about something that you would love to learn about at some point. It might be learning a new language or just something that you've always wanted to look into and explore. There are many different reasons and benefits to learning, and your reasons will be unique to you. To highlight just a couple of reasons to learn, it can enhance your quality of life. Learning provides you with an escape when you need it, knowledge when you seek it, and a great pastime. Learning reduces stress. A new hobby can be a great stress reliever. It helps us break out of our normal patterns of behavior, and it gives our brains something to think about other than our daily worries. It can help gain and boost confidence. When we succeed in learning something, we feel better, feel more confident in ourselves, and our ability to tackle all sorts of new tasks. It can improve your mental health. One reason why learning has a positive impact on our mental well-being is that it is often about setting goals or targets and achieving these. This sense of achievement is an important part of doing well. Learning helps us more easily and readily adapt to new situations. Socializing. Often, learning is a social activity and it can help us connect with other people, which is sometimes difficult to do on a meaningful level in today's electronic world. Social connections are vital to our mental well-being. Learning deepens our character and makes us more inspiring to those around us. And lastly, have fun. Resolving to learn something new is exciting. The world is full of fascinating skills and talents, and the process of discovering them, not just the end result, is enjoyable and rewarding. Now we will be doing a writing exercise and go through the bullet points. What does it feel like to learn something new? Is there anything you have been wanting to learn but have resisted? And what messages do you tell yourself about learning? I encourage you to take a moment to pause the video and complete this writing exercise. Having an open mind and believing that you are capable of learning new material is an important first step in the learning process. This is often referred to as a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. An example of this could be if you enroll in a math course and you tell yourself that you are not good at math and this course will be really difficult. That is an example of a fixed mindset. Whereas if you acknowledge that math is challenging, however, you're planning to study and apply yourself in order to learn the new material, that would be an example of a growth mindset. I encourage you to take a few moments to reflect on these questions as I read them. Have you ever heard of the term growth mindset? What do you think this means? What are some things that you could tell yourself to encourage a growth mindset? What are some supports that could help you? and what might be some resources on campus that could be of help. Now we will watch a video clip that describes how your mindset is an important aspect of the learning process.
Do you have a growth mindset? How do you think of intelligence? Do you think you're born with a certain level of intelligence that you can't change much? Or do you think it's something you can work on to develop and grow? Many students think that their level of intelligence is fixed, that they can't do much to change it. This can lead them to feeling that they just aren't smart enough to succeed, especially when courses get more challenging. But what if you knew that no matter who you are, through effort and effective strategies, you can develop your level of intelligence? According to Stanford University psychologist Carol Dweck, how we think about our brains actually affects how well we learn. Dweck says that people generally think with one of two different mindsets, a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence is fixed at birth and they can't do much to change it. People with a growth mindset believe that their talents, abilities, and intelligence can be developed in different ways. And you may feel like you have a fixed mindset in some ways and a growth mindset in others. For example, you may think with a fixed mindset that you're just not a math person, but you may adopt a growth mindset with writing, music, sports, or another discipline. In fact, scientists who study the brain have found that the brain is like a muscle. It changes and grows in response to what we do. The harder we work using helpful strategies and the more challenges we face, the stronger and smarter the brain becomes. This is because the brain is made up of cells called neurons, which are connected to each other. As we learn, the number of connections between our neurons also grows. As we continue to exercise our brains, the connections between our neurons grow as well. These new and stronger connections help to make us smarter. Scientists call this concept neuroplasticity. Research shows that students who adopt a growth mindset, who believe that their brains can grow and develop through effort and challenges, actually do better in school. For these students, the goal is not to prove what they already know, but rather to learn and grow. Students with a growth mindset view challenges and mistakes not as proof that they aren't smart enough, but as opportunities to become smarter. The good news is that you can develop a growth mindset. You've taken the first step by learning about some of the science that shows you can grow your brain. The next step is to consider your mindset. If you have some areas in which you think you aren't smart, challenge yourself to learn and grow. Why should you bother? Because if you learn to develop your mindset, you'll persist longer with problems. You'll take on harder challenges and stretch your mental muscle more. You won't be as affected by setbacks, and in the end, you'll learn more. And the effects of changing your mindset can stick with you for years, since you're training your brain to think in a new way.
Now we will complete an activity to help you create a commitment to learning. The goal is to help you prioritize what you need to learn, decide how you will learn, and make time to learn. So first, I encourage you to take a moment just to write down some ideas of what you want to learn. Maybe thinking back to the videos, maybe that brought something up for you that you're like, oh, maybe that's something I want to do. You can add that to your list. And second, when you're done writing your list of what you want to learn, Take a moment to write down when you will make time to learn these things. So, being able to plan or being able to look ahead a little bit, maybe it's in the next 3 years or maybe it's in the next week, but what works well with what you want to learn and how you are going to commit time to learning that. I encourage you to either pause this video at this point if you need a little bit of extra time. Otherwise, we will be going on to how. Now, the next step is to write down ways to learn in the following categories. So, how will you learn? I encourage you to add different categories if you need to, but think about that. What are some ways in how you will learn? Could read some books or listen to audio, attend classes, talk to others, reach out to certain classes that you're wanting to maybe participate in. We have a number of next step resources for you. Links to these are included in the video comments. First, you can download the free app called Soon, which is the Everyday Bucket List. Second, we have an article that details ways to engage in lifelong learning. And finally, there is a SMART Goals worksheet, which is a way to maximize your goal setting. We just wanted to thank you so much for your attendance and participation in today's workshop. Please click on the video comments below to take a short evaluation of this workshop. We appreciate your feedback. Thanks and be well.